Jeffries. Lee got the recorder working. So this the sort of detail you had in mind when you signed up for the Gunners? Hauling luggage from Linwoods for some robot butler? What was his name? Wellerton? Wellingham?
Not now, Private. Where's Connors? He's not at his post.
Oh, sorry, sir. The lieutenant said he found some tracks. Wanted to check them out. Private Martin.
Tracks? What track? What the hell is that?
Oh my... Connors! Where's the rest of him?
Jesus. Found us. Sergeant Lee, grab the case. Do not let that thing out of your sight. Everyone inside the museum, now!
Major! Major, what found us?
The hell was that? Well, at least we know whatever's up there is probably full. A place like this will give a deaf cloud nightmares. Jackpot. Take whatever you can. I'll keep watch. Place like this will give a deaf claw nightmares. Come on. At least try.
Hey. See if he had anything worth taking.
You got it.
Hey,
I take requests.
grab anything useful.
I can do that.
A nest full of deathclaw eggs. A dozen, maybe more. Smashed to bits. Except,
Most folks that run with me
Hey.
live out
no wonder they would
west.
tell us what was in that case. Mama. You looking
Heads
for
up.
this?
What do you need?
Check it out.
Sure.
Not supposed to talk to people I don't know.
Huh?
Please tell me you don't want anything to drink. Please.
You waiting on a delivery? Of some Deathclaw eggs, maybe?
What are you... Oh, the eggs. Oh, you must be with those, gunny people. Though your superior had implied there would be more of you, but... Oh, no matter. The negotiated fee was 200 caps per egg. A generous amount indeed, considering your tardiness. Though our clientele do expect nothing short of the most pristine Deathclaw eggs. Now, do you have something for me?
What exactly are you planning to do with the eggs?
Well, if you must know, one of our patrons has been asking after a cooked Deathclaw egg, a la Wellingham, for some time. But with your, albeit late, arrival, I can finally make good on his request. Make good? Already beginning to speak like one of you. Now, can we please hurry this up? Are you going to hand them over or not?
What you're offering's not enough. I risked life and several limbs to deliver this.
You're lucky to be getting anything at all, considering your lateness. No, the fee stands. 200 caps.
Here, take it.
At last. But is this it? Where are the rest?
Do you really need more than one?
Our patrons are men and women of ample appetites. I had been hoping to keep them sated for at least the next fortnight. These things can never turn out as planned, can they? I suppose this will have to do. Yeah, for a less than adequate job, but a job nonetheless. And the special request your superior made? Major Jeffries, was it? I trust you can get this to its destination. Don't just go waving it around willy-nilly.
Wellingham! Has my meal
So,
finally
seems you
arrived?
know how to hold your
yes,
own.
sir.
I'd had my
Endless
doubts when we
apologies
first
for
hit
the
the road.
ludicrous lateness of it all. It should be
Oh yeah? What kind of doubts?
You kidding me?
On your way.
You look like you'd fallen out of the vault that day. I thought I'd see you picking your teeth out of the gutter by sunup. It's just real rare these days. Find someone who's not willing to take things the way they're handed to them. Too many good folks not willing to get their hands dirty. And too many assholes taking advantage of it. Look at what happened to Diamond City. Before McDonough took over, it was a half-decent place to live. A little stricter than I usually go for, but not terrible. I thought he and I had a pretty happy childhood. But then he decides he's gonna try and get elected with his anti-ghoul crusade. Mankind for McDonough. Before you know it, you got families with kids lining up to drag folks they call neighbor out of their homes and throw them to the ruins.
You and McDonough knew each other as kids?
Oh yeah. Guy's my brother. Grew up together in a little shack on the waterfront. Guy was the standard big brother. Entitled, punchy, liked to shove rotten potatoes down my shirt and slap my back. But I never thought he'd be capable of something like what they did to those ghouls.
Why did McDonough campaign against the ghouls?
Because he thought he could win. There'd always been a pretty clear divide between the folks living in the stands and those down on the field. I'm not convinced they didn't do it just to improve their view. I remember storming into his office above the stands after the inauguration speech. He was just standing there, staring out the window. watching as the city turned on the ghouls. He didn't even look at me. Just said, "I did it, John. It's finally mine." Should have killed him right there, but I don't think it would have changed anything. Instead, I pleaded with him, begged him to call it off. He said he couldn't. He had nothing against the ghouls. He was just carrying out the will of the people. And he couldn't betray the voters. And then he smiled. That hideous fucking mile-long smile. He never smiled like that when we were kids. I didn't even recognize him. I don't know. Just didn't seem like the guy I grew up with. When I'd first heard the rumors he'd been swapped for a synth, thinking back on that night, I thought it made a lot of sense. But now, I don't know. I don't think I buy it. I've seen him since then, and there's no way they copied him that perfectly. Even got his tight-ass walk. But at the time, I just needed to get the hell away from him. Him and that whole damn city.
Of all the things I've seen since leaving the vault, this seems almost merciful.
Sure, no one got beheaded at first. I still wasn't a ghoul at this point, so I didn't have to leave, but I couldn't bring myself to stay in that cesspool after that. I'd been sneaking off the Good Neighbor for years to get decent chems, so I knew the safe routes. I managed to track down a couple of the families, lead them there, but most couldn't get used to the Good Neighbor lifestyle. I brought them food for a couple of weeks, but after a while, they just disappeared. Folks in Diamond City signed their death warrants, and all the good people were willing to just sit by and watch. I felt like I was the only one who saw how screwed up things truly were, who couldn't just pretend things were fine. Still feel that way. Or I did. Until I met you. I know I run my mouth, but having someone who sees the world for what it is, and is willing to do something about it, it's meant a lot to me. I feel damn lucky to have you as a friend. Lights are...
And that's what we are? Friends?
And that ain't a term I toss around lightly. Well, thanks for hearing me out. You probably weren't looking for a history lesson, were ya? You wanna hit the road?